Alright. I think it's time we have a bit of a talk, Sira and Ari. You two.
Really? And what would you want to talk about? More lies?
No, I think we're done with all the lies.
Doubt it, but alright.
So I take it your time away is giving you more control over your emotions, Sarah?
You could say that.
I'm glad to see it's not storming.
No reason to do any of that quite yet.
And you fully believe you can keep a hold of that this time, unlike before?
I would say yes.
So if I be a little less careful with my wording, would you still be able to keep control?
That depends on what you're going to say.
We're being honest. I'm not going to say anything, I just want to ensure you have the control to be allowed back.
You think you can send me back? The place you took me from.
Maybe I can't send you back, but I can destroy you. Not fully of the end at this point.
You brought me to this world in hopes to begin your control of the end. And when that failed, you thought you could send me back to the end. To cover up the mistake that you made. To keep this world from falling apart again.
What
Honestly, I...
do you think I have of you now? Why do I still have you around? You failed your use.
That's what I'm wondering. But I do find it fitting. You tried to control the end, and when you brought me back, or when I brought myself back, actually, I brought the end of this world with me. And I don't think there's anything you can do to really stop that.
You do realize ending the world ends the mortals as well, right? If you're willing to do that, I don't want to go to another world, but if you want to be the one to destroy the mortals, maybe they can keep a specific memory this time.
I'm not so sure about that. What happened to the fact that the mortals can choose whether they respawn or not? So what? It might take them a few extra tries to respawn. But I'm pretty sure most of the mortals are already wanting you gone. There's no stopping that.
They may want me gone, but there's nothing they can do about it. We all know what happens if I do go.
Well, if you can't go, you could have some of your authority stripped. Oh, sure, we may not be able to have this world without your existence, but your existence can be made lesser.
As She-Wolf has unfortunately proven, that's not a possibility.
Perhaps, maybe that could change.
After all, you're not quite known for being kind or benevolent.
In fact, the only person I've heard that worships you isn't really in the best state of mind.
A god is only as powerful as their followers.
Yes, you. I don't need followers for my powers. I give you your powers and you take more from your followers. I don't need followers. I had these powers long before I had any world.
Yeah, that may be true, but then again, you weren't able to get rid of me after all.
You say I'm not kind or benevolent. Can you give me a reason why I didn't destroy Bunny or Grey? I mean, they did try and blow me up. A fair reason from a...
Because you couldn't.
Benevolent or kind.
Well done.
I couldn't kill those two. That's an amusing thought.
If you killed them, then what more would it stop Sarah from destroying this world? It would only cause worse. You couldn't kill those. After all, if you did, it would only make matters worse. If and when, which of clearly Cirawynn has returned. If you had done that, the world very much would probably be destroyed. However, due to the fact of you leaving them alive, allows you to have something over Cirawynn. You always have some ulterior motive. No matter what you do, every word, every action that protrudes from yourself is always an ulterior motive. I, more than anybody, should know that. Isn't this right?
The only ulterior motive I had coming here today was to ensure Sarah had control of her powers.
And how
Sure.
can we believe a single word that comes out of your mouth again?
You can't.
Exactly.
Give me a way to prove it, then. I'll be honest.
We can't. We can't. How we know you're the the oh so powerful Wolf Queen? You don't have to be honest to anyone.
I can give you my word. That's something I won't go back on.
I'm sorry, but you are never something or someone that is good at your word. After all, you have been gone, and we haven't had our meetings like we were supposed to. We already broke your side of that.
I felt each time we met our relationship was getting worse, and perhaps avoiding worsening the relationship would have been smarter
Worse?
than continuing.
Worse? I tried to be gentle, tried to be kind to you, tried to give you the opportunity to pay recompense for what you've done, give you a chance for change. But you're a brute, aren't you? A savage. You understand nothing but violence and anger and pain and cruelty. Well, fine. I'm personally done holding back. And I personally want you to witness exactly what I am, what we are. We're capable of so much more than you could even imagine. But you're so naive that you decide to stick in one place. Ignore what could be right in front of you. Your kindness is nowhere to be seen. So I want you to understand. I want you to know that in any moment, I could have started anything that would have ended you. I could have stopped you at any point in time, but I decided I would follow you and decide to be a good little daughter. But in the end, it only brought more ignorance. It only brought more pain to myself. And it only brought so much more separation. I didn't do this out of kindness. I could have, but I didn't. We're no longer family in your eyes. We never were family in your eyes. You chose that path. We decided to try to stick together. In your eyes, all we are pawns. And I'm pretty sure we're finished.
That is something I am trying to change.
Did you say that when you set those hunters on Inari? What was it? I am the creator, and my will be obeyed?
That was an old journal. Doesn't necessarily mean I feel the same now.
Actions speak louder. Clearly that was not a change.
What actions have I taken against you that have been violent? I haven't killed any of you, I haven't harmed any of you, I have sent you away for a bit. Isn't that what any mother would do to their disobedient children?
No, they wouldn't.
No.
You sent headhunters on me. You sent me away when you thought that I would be a danger to you. You caused a bigger divide. I came to you and asked for help many a time. I came to you and actually offered to bring both me and Sarah closer to you. We had lunches, we had picnics. We don't even need to eat. I figured it would be a good way to start. And yet you decide to continuously go behind our backs. If you want something done, you need to have trust and faith, of which you clearly do not have.
What do you want me to do then? I admit I have messed up somewhat. I don't know how our family should be. I thought I did. Clearly, with how this is going, I was wrong.
Clearly.
How can we go back? And Sarah, is it too late? I I know what you've been plotting. I know what she was working on in her castle, what she's doing with the Endstone. I know about your conversation with Gumi, and your plan with the church, your plan with Gumi and She-Wolf. Is me allowing your plan to go into fruition, would that allow us to restart?
I myself? Possibly. Maybe having done what you did to us, to yourself, will put you in our shoes. And maybe there can be an understanding. However, I'm not so sure for Sarah.
Sarah, I didn't go after your champions because I didn't it wasn't for some ulterior motive of having control of you when you came back. Sir, I didn't want to put you through the pain of losing those champions. What losing She-Wolf did to you, I'll admit part of it was because I didn't want the world destroyed, but I didn't want you to go through that again. If it takes me willingly going into this prison you've designed, there be a chance.
Didn't want me to suffer through pain. Is that what you told my parents when you took me?
Or when you threatened to destroy one of us when the other wouldn't comply?
Those were misguided attempts.
I think misguided is a little bit of an understatement.
Agreed.
Then what word would you use?
Little bit insane? That would be a start. Even then, that wouldn't even scratch the surface.
All right. Then that was the insane ideas of myself. For what it's worth, I hope when I give my powers to She-Wolf that she will accept them this time.
Honestly, that might be the only way to have She-Wolf not fully disappear. And yet both of you would still be here. Separate still, but there nonetheless. At least that's my theory.
How it was supposed to be from the start.
Don't get me wrong, I'm still angry with you. And I will be for a very long time.
Then, if I go through with this, we have a chance.
I suppose I can at least give you one. That is me and myself. I promise for no one else.
And for this to work the best, we shouldn't let anyone else know. I know your plans. Let everything go how you're planning it. We'll have our big fight of the church, and when Gumi hurts She-Wolf, I will appear and allow them to trap me. She-Wolf shouldn't know that I know the plan, or she will not accept the powers.
I will never let them know that. But however, upon them gaining the powers, there's no guarantee that they won't find out then.
I've no doubt when they gain the powers, all their memories will come back. There is high possibility She-Wolf will be out of commission for a while after she receives the powers back.
When that happens, I will at least promise, and I'm pretty sure at least with this, Sarah can agree with me. We will do our best to help guide She-Wolf.
And when the church learns my powers are in She-Wolf and She-Wolf is weak, what if they decide to go after her to remove the powers?
Well, the difference between that would be, She-Wolf can still touch in stone. Once they receive what powers you have, theoretically they shouldn't be able to touch her. However, that would also make you what you wanted to be in the beginning anyway. Mortal. So the roles would become switched if I'm not mistaken.
A happy ending for the evil witch after all. Do you disagree, Sarah?
I don't think it matters what my opinion is. You're going to do it anyway.
She-Wolf might be able to bring your parents over. That is outside of my abilities, but perhaps she'll be able to give you what I cannot.
And if not, I will at least help. After all, that's part of what my experimentation was.
So if my information is correct, which I think we all know it is, I'll be seeing the two of you on the battlefield in just over 2 weeks.
Count on it.
Indeed. Maybe work on your smugness and ego while you're at it. It's very off-putting.
Sarah, are you in control?
I'm very much in control.
I feel they might catch on if I'm not my normal self during the battle, wouldn't you say?
I mean, yes, but at the same time, I think their anger for you would more blind them in this case. After all, there's a lot of hatred towards you at this point.
And I'll see you then.
Aye.